Kia ora, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to be here today to not only make this announcement but also to welcome United States Secretary of Education Arne Duncan to New Zealand. As you'll be aware, the 4th International Summit on the Teaching Profession is currently being held here in Wellington. The summit was initiated by Secretary Duncan in 2011 and is focused on strengthening the teaching profession and raising student achievement. Secretary Duncan's attendance not only demonstrates the United States' ongoing commitment to international conversations about education, but also the very strong relationship that they share with us here in New Zealand. Today's announcement regarding the establishment of the Fulbright Distinguished Teaching Awards program will further deepen the education relationship between our two countries. The New Zealand Ministry of Education has agreed to co-fund the program for 3 years starting this year. The program will send approximately 20 or more teachers from the United States and New Zealand to each other's respective countries for 4-month fellowships over the course of 3 years. I would like to acknowledge the first 2 teachers from New Zealand going on the program, Sue Mukund and Fiona Jeffries, who are here with us today. Congratulations. Can't see beyond the lights, but okay, great. Do you want to stand up? Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge Helen Anderson, Chairperson of the Fulbright New Zealand Board of Directors, who is also here. Oh, hi. Our support for the bilateral Fulbright program on a per capita basis exceeds all other such programs. This announcement is particularly timely as the Fulbright program focuses on teacher development, a central theme of the summit. The summit is jointly hosted by the Education Minister of the host country, the OECD, and Education International, and is focused on strengthening the teaching profession and raising achievement. This year, our theme is excellence, equity and inclusiveness, high quality teaching for all. It's a great opportunity for the top performing education systems to share their successes and their challenges and to learn from each other. I attended the previous 2 summits in New York City and Amsterdam, and I'm extremely committed to continuing this unique dialogue. I value this opportunity to share with my colleagues from around the world our collective knowledge and successes. I have used the learnings from the previous summits to put forward specific actions that will contribute to raising achievement of our students. We've worked hard to deliver on those objectives that we've set ourselves at the last summit to achieve system change, and we expect to be able to articulate those challenges for ourselves tomorrow as we look forward into 2014. We've invested in a number of initiatives as a result of our participation in the summits, and I would like to thank Secretary Duncan for having the bright idea, moving it beyond being a bright idea into an executed plan of action. And as he commented this morning at the welcome at Te Papa, he never thought, and certainly I didn't know, that 4 years from that conversation we would be here in New Zealand sharing more excellent practice, discussing the challenges that each of our systems have and working on practical ways to overcome them. It's my great pleasure to be hosting this event and to be playing my small part towards building and strengthening educational success based upon a spirit of collaboration and cooperation. And I'd like to acknowledge Secretary Duncan and invite him to make some remarks and thank him for the collaboration that we see with the Fulbright program today.
Thank you so much. Thrilled to be here. And just to be really clear, the idea for the summit actually didn't come from me. It came from our friends at the union, the NEA. We were just having a breakfast meeting, and I just had no idea that this kind of thing didn't exist. So they sort of said, should we do something about it? Then we sort of jumped on it, and it is amazing to be here 4 years later. As everyone here knows, New Zealand is an extraordinarily important strategic partner of the United States, and relationships between our two countries are stronger than ever before. And we want to do more together around education. I think the common ground is huge, and people might say different size, different scale, whatever. Where we are trying to go, the challenges in getting there and the opportunities to learn together, I think are extraordinary, and I think we're onto something very, very special here together. I'm happy to join with several of my colleagues in visiting New Zealand, including Attorney General Eric Holder, my good friend, and former Secretaries Clinton, Panetta, and Napolitano. As I said earlier this morning, I was here 48 years ago when I was 1. frankly do not have memories, but have some fantastic photos, and thrilled to be back. And I'd like to thank Minister Parata, who's just done an extraordinary job, she and her team, of making this first day of the 4th International Summit on the Teaching Profession a success. And just the sense of camaraderie, the sense of common mission, the hard work, and just the amazing welcome is something I know me and my team will never, ever forget. Attracting and retaining great teachers is a critically important issue here in New Zealand, in the United States, and internationally. And so we're very, very pleased to announce together that the United States and New Zealand have agreed to jointly fund the establishment of the Fulbright Distinguished Teaching Awards Program. The awards program will give extraordinary teachers, both from New Zealand and from the U.S., the opportunity to undertake research in their field of study and participate in professional development and enrichment activities, all while learning and contributing to another culture. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Helen Anderson. Again, Helen, thank you so much for your leadership. She's the chairwoman of the Fulbright New Zealand Board of Directors. Helen has done yeoman's work to support the Fulbright New England for this innovative exchange program. So thank you so much for all your hard work and leadership. I'd also like to recognize and thank Victoria University of Wellington's Vice Chancellor, Grant Guilford, and the Dean of Faculty, David Crabb, who are with us, I think. Are David and Grant here somewhere? Please give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. And I know our American teachers will be hosted here when they come, and my only fear is that they'll have such a great time they might not come back home. And if you need an extra chaperone, I'm happy to volunteer. Let me know. So thank you so much. And as the minister stated, the two extraordinary teachers, Sue and Fiona, who are here. I read your bios, haven't met you yet, want to get to meet you after this. But if they are anything like the rest of teachers in New Zealand, the children here are extraordinarily well served, hardworking, committed, taking on very tough challenges and having an amazing impact. So thank you for your service and thank you for your leadership. In the United States, we're struggling with issues around how to retain high-quality teachers and how teachers can take on true, authentic leadership roles throughout their careers. And that's why we've come together with teachers from across the United States to discuss how to fundamentally transform the teaching profession to support high-quality educational outcomes for all students. And what's known as our RESPECT initiative. The RESPECT program grew out of learning from earlier summits internationally, together with extended and comprehensive outreach with teachers from across our country. Teach to Lead is a new initiative that we announced just last week. And our aim is to encourage more opportunities for genuine, authentic teacher leadership that don't require giving up a daily role in the classroom. And we worry about too many teachers who leave the classroom, leave what they love most and do best because they think the only way to make more money or to have an impact is outside the classroom. Something's fundamentally wrong with that choice, and we need to work together to fix that. Why is this Fulbright program here so important? A couple reasons. New Zealand will be the 11th country to partner with the United States on this extraordinary program, and we're looking forward to benefits for years and years and years to come from this exchange. And I know firsthand the values of overseas experiences and how they can change one's life. After college, I was so fortunate to spend 4 years in Australia, played basketball there, worked with children who are wards of the state, coached a team of urban Aborigines, which was a fascinating experience, and met my wife there as well. So it was an amazing couple years. And in our department, in the U.S. Department of Education, my senior advisor for international activities, Maureen McLaughlin. Maureen's here. Please give her a round of applause. She leads and quarterbacks all of our international efforts. She's actually an alum of the Fulbright New Zealand program, having been an Ian Axford Public Policy Fellow in Wellington in 2002. So this is a great opportunity for her to come back to a country that she has so much fondness for. And I'm particularly pleased that the Fulbright Distinguished Awards and Teaching Program is being offered through Fulbright New Zealand, the bilateral Fulbright Commission for academic exchanges between our two countries, which last year celebrated its 65th anniversary. Established in 1948 and funded by both governments, Fulbright New Zealand is the 5th oldest such partnership in the world and has sent more than 3,000 Americans and New Zealanders across the Pacific on academic exchanges during that time. Simply put, I can't think of a better organization to oversee this new and important exchange program. In the first 2 years of the program, we'll have 2 New Zealanders come our way. We were originally planning to send 5 teachers here. It's overwhelming demand, so we doubled that to 10. Many more teachers we would like to help provide this opportunity for in the future. In closing, in education, we're just working so hard together to learn from each other and from our colleagues around the globe about ways to strengthen our education systems and provide a high-quality education for every single child that they desperately need and deserve. Again, I want to thank the minister not just for her extraordinary hospitality, but for her passion, for her hard work, the difference she's making in the lives of young people here in this country. And when she speaks, I listen very, very closely. Minister.
Thank you. Thank you.